back once again. My name is James Henderson, coming to you live from where else? The place where it all got started. I know that's dumb, but anyways, let's get on to our scene here. So what's going on with the state of crypto? How is January 24th looking like? And is this roller coaster over with the January slump and rise? What's going on in Venezuela? Hey, well, anyways, we'll find this and more next on our show. Da-dun, dun, da-dun, dun. Okay, that was dumb. But anyways, speaking of Mario Brothers, Mario Brothers has made a comeback. Mario Brothers is now worth more than it was when it first came out. So what's gonna does that mean the same thing with a lot of these tokens that left and came back? I mean, come on, think. So I was at a meeting yesterday before we get started, and some of these people were actually buying BitConnect's a token. Dude, there's not an exchange, there's not a platform, they've been shut down. How is this thing worth anything? You know, it's just like some guy buying the Big E when Enron collapsed. You know, I just don't get that. Why did they think that, you know, the Big E was going to worth more later on down the line than it was when the current of the collapse? Are people still infatuated about it? Are people still thinking that they can get some of their money back? I mean, what? So I've been trying to ponder this whole thing of, okay, how many people actually lost a lot of money, and do they think that BitConnect X or Y or Z is going to make everything great again? Well, we know for a fact it was a Ponzi scheme. We know that they can't get regulated by, especially the people in the U.S. with the SEC, you know, wanting to stick a knife in them. And with the amount of people that are really looking to, you know, throw lawsuits, then that's a big deal. Then someone told me to look up this one YouTube channel, or it wasn't YouTube, it's Reddit. So Reddit's one of Reddit's users now is trying to sue Crypto Nick and all his buddies that really promoted this thing. I'm not sure that that's a frivolous lawsuit, because technically Crypto Nick and those guys were never part of the company. They weren't considered officers in the company. They were just considered associates of selling. So in America, that would actually be thrown out in court. So that's the state on that. But here, but for anywhere else, maybe it'll go through. But so as far as those three guys, they're gonna have to deal with, you know, court issues, you know, for several years now, and of course, you know, they shouldn't have anything to worry about when it came to coming to the BitConnect affiliate side. However, though, they could get sued for false information, slander of corporate values, and so of any lies. So the good news is they deleted all their YouTube channels. The bad news is someone else has all their YouTube channels that they deleted. So technically that information never got deleted, because you could still find it on the internet. So, well, anyways, let's go ahead with today's show. So the NVIS Crypto to Compare digital asset takes the top 10 assets indexes, and it closed at $10,091 with a gain of 8.5 today. So we're looking at whether or not the slump is over with for January. Of course, if you go back to 5 years, there's always a correction in January, and we just want to know, since volatility was about 50 times higher to 75% higher because all the speculative trading and new people trying to get into the market thinking that it's just going to go up, when in fact, they lost $100, so they decided to sell it all. They're thinking, well, that was the top. Well, you got to look at the technology behind it. So the technology behind it is being used every day, and it's constantly increasing in popularity and in business. We also know with the blockchain itself, where it is probably the security analysts, people who are trying to pump out new products to protect the centralized version of a database. Well, we now know that we don't need a lot of the software to help protect this, the blockchain, because the blockchain can take care of itself when it comes to tampering inside of the block, manipulate the data. Well, then the blockchain will find out, okay, that particular block was manipulated. They'll go ahead and delete it and take a carbon copy of somewhere else and replicate the block. And this is before you and I could ever notice that something's wrong. So, which is a pretty good deal. So with the market update now, at the time of the writing, Bitcoin has has a setting of $11,040 with a gain of 3% in the last 24 hours. More than 1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin were exchanged on the U.S. market at 38% of the total shares, while Japan was close behind at 30%. Ethereum price has raised 2.9%. Okay, I do own Ethereum, and but of course I bought it for $200 and $300, not $1,000, so which is pretty cool. So Ethereum price has risen by 2.9% over the past 24 hours, and it's currently sitting at $1,003, with over 550 million worth of Ethereum exchanged in the past 24 hours on the U.S. market at 35.5%. Once again, it's the European countries that are and the Asian-based market that are really taking over the contract side of things with Ethereum. So the payment process Stripe to end support for Bitcoin. Uh-oh. Now what's going on? So a guy came out yesterday and said Stripe announced that it will end support for Bitcoin as a payment method in April. The product manager, Tom Collier, wrote in a blog post that Stripe would transition away from Bitcoin over the next 3 months, fully ending its support for the largest cryptocurrency on April 23rd, 2018. So why is that? Well, he came out a couple days ago before that saying the whole Bitcoin thing is just too volatile, because people would buy something on the high, and then at one point, at one Bitcoin, and because they sold their product for 19, and then by the time the customer would come in to pull this money out, that one Bitcoin would be worth 13,000 instead of 19,000. So that's where this is where the truth starts laying out. It's just too volatile for today's market at the current rate. So yeah, that's the problem. Why the payment centers are probably not going to start accepting Bitcoin, and this has been known for the longest time. So this is nothing new. And for all the new people who are speculative, going up, that's it, we're done. Well, it's not done though. Yes, Bitcoin is very volatile. We know that. And so, but the blockchain itself, which the technology lies behind, is very, very, stable and secure. That's the reason why the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will always be around, because of the information that it's storing and accessing. So, which is pretty cool. Just like I heard a couple days